What's up, my Saggies, and welcome or welcome back to Cards for Hire. My Sagittarius is you guys may be experiencing knee pain. Someone may be carrying too much, too many burdens spiritually, or just doing too much. So either somebody needs to sit down or somebody needs to get up and walk. It depends on where you are. If you've been too stagnant in a situation or in a position, then it's time for you to move. I'm also getting the energy of doing something or redoing something, doing something more than once. This could be you going behind someone and doing it correctly. Like, say you have your child sweep and they don't sweep appropriately or sweep properly, then you come up behind them and sweep. Or this is just you trying to do something right. I'm here. Baby, take your time. You can do it right. You can do it, baby. Do it tonight. I'm sure I botched those lyrics, but it's okay. Before I get into this, y'all know we got to pray before we eat. Lord, I thank you in advance. I ask for clarity, protection, as well as progression and connection. I extend my gratitude and ask that my angels and guides protect me and mine on this vibing man. Sagittarius, they're going to be mad at y'all because y'all pretty much just got 2 videos within the span of a couple of days. Don't tell nobody, okay? Energy for my Saggies. Extra strength. Abandonment again. Now we are in a new moon. So it's time for y'all to let something go. See the luggage that she's carrying? It's time for y'all to get up and move. Could be figuratively, could be literally. Manifestations. Oh, your manifestation saying, come on, we ready. Is you ready? Something about a ticket could be significant. A train ticket, a speeding ticket, slow your ass down. Voodoo, interesting. So it feels as though someone or something could have been holding you back, could have been putting you in a sense of pause or subjecting you to certain burdens that weren't yours to carry, or just excessive burdens like issue on top of issue on top of issue, bullshit after bullshit. Okay. But that's over now. Either they've abandoned their post or the spell is broken. Earth angel right here and an ice queen. Okay, look. And death magic. Somebody was trying to stop your progress. You were progressing too fast for someone. And then we got the karmic feminine. What's behind that? Single is successful. Yeah. Somebody wants to stop your motion in one way, shape, or form. This could be a toxic woman or a man that is in his toxic femininity. Put that where it goes. Look, guilt, 5 of Cups. They are disappointed. 10 of Swords, because this shit is over with. What I say? Oh, okay. Sagittarius, please. What's the situation? Thank you, Lord. Victory for that ass. Victory and the King of Pentacles. Oh, that's nice. Money gonna still flow to you. Okay. Things are still gonna get done. Abundance is going to be acquired. Okay. Can I get one more for my Saggies? Look, look. Abundance is going to be acquired. Something about making a way out of no way could be significant. Something just fell into your lap. And then we have the 4 of Cups. Somebody don't want to hear about it. Somebody don't want to hear your good news. They don't want to hear what you were able to persevere through. They don't want to hear it. 10 of Pentacles. This could be a family member. They don't want to hear about how more money is coming in. They don't want to hear about how many clients you got. They don't want to hear about how many customers you have. They don't want to hear about your new pet. They don't want to hear about your new promotion. They don't care because they spell work wasn't working. Clarify, Sagittarius. Them bashing you wasn't working. 2 of Wands in reverse. This voodoo energy could have stopped you from making a decision. And now you've made the decision, and now you realize that it is of your best interest to proceed. As we proceed to give you what you need. Ace of Cups, your creativity is here. And the Judgment is here in reverse. You're somebody's realizing that that's another thing I was getting. Sorry, y'all, not I'm showing y'all my business. There's something significant about you not being you not adequately seeing yourself, you not being able to view yourself properly while you were in this phase of while you were in this phase of trouble, stress, or burdens. I'm saying somebody just consistently pick up problems, pick up wands, so to speak. So you were misjudging yourself at one point in time, possibly misjudging a situation. Ten of Cups. I was just about to say that. Okay, so you could have been misjudging a relationship or a family dynamic. I hate that. Struggle, struggle. Wow. Strength in the Six of Pentacles. You could have been struggling to receive reciprocity from someone, and instead of letting it go, I was gonna say over auditioned. That's not a word at all. You overextended yourself as opposed to letting it go. You was like, no, 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 I can do that. I can do that too. I can do that too. Give it, I can do it. Move. I could do it. Move. Somebody could have weaponized their incompetence in order to get you to do something. What's the advice for my Saggies? Thank you. Ace of Wands. Stop doing shit. Stop doing shit. Let them do it. Let them figure it out. Somebody's car could have gotten towed. Let them figure out how to get it out. I don't know why that came out. That could have just been an example. Because there's a certain level of codependency, and now it's time for you to prioritize your needs, your wants, and so that'll take away your effort and your energy for them and their tomfoolery. That's why they don't want to hear about it. Page of Pentacles. It's like you coming into something new is putting a damper on the things that they needed you to do. So say you got a new job, now you can't go over and help your aunt do something, or you can't help your sister do something. Something like that is significant. So you mean you're not gonna be cooking every day? No. No, I'm not. So you mean you can't take us up the street to do? No, I'm busy. I got something to do. Stop doing shit. Ten of Swords, that shit is over with. Stop doing shit. Sit down. The Empress, it's time for you to receive. What I just say? Sit down. Okay? King of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, please. You could be leaving someone that was holding resources over your head. Four of Swords, that's another rest card. Temperance, balance. It feels as though you're learning when to sit down and when to do something. What the hell's on my lip? Okay. Something about reapplying. Reapplying yourself could be significant. This could be reapplying yourself as far as your creations. This could also be reapplying yourself, reapplying to a job, reapplying to work. There's something that you want to pick up that maybe you could have put to the side at one point in time. Four of Wands and the Two of Cups for a relationship to be stable. This could be you overworking yourself while your partner was in school or something like that. Or this could be you picking up more hours because your partner's job doesn't supply enough hours to provide for the home adequately or evenly. Four of Swords again. And as you rest or as you are resting, we just got 3 4s. Okay. Okay. I was getting this with the Virgos. Something to do with your foundation. We did just come out of a full moon in Capricorn. And now we are in a new moon with Cancer, the 4th house. That's the original ruler of the 4th house. It's time for you to nurture yourself, nurture the things that you want to nurture, not necessarily be overly nurturing to others. But in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of some of this heavy ass baggage that you've been carrying on your back. Everything is fine. Ten of Swords. They don't think everything is fine. They feel that you won't have enough time to do other things that they want you to do. Someone is very much so dependent upon you, and they may feel as though you are abandoning them, but you're not abandoning them. This is their life. When are they going to kick in? When are they going to chip in? Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the King of Swords. Yeah, there is a certain level of detachment that this person has had. Knight of Cups, where you are consistently giving, consistently giving. Look at that. This could even be your children. In order to make everyone else around you happy. But 10 to the 6, you could have been sacrificing your emotional needs and desires in order for them to be happy. And there was still a level of disdain. Someone wasn't appreciative of all that you were sacrificing. And so now they're damn sure gonna be appreciative after you take that shit back. Take it back. Somebody could be returning something, literally like an item to Walmart or clothes clothes or something like that. You could have noticed that you were gaining or losing weight in a certain situation. So somebody could be getting back to the gym, getting back to a health kick or something like that, getting back on their health kick. Somebody could be fasting. Verify this Two of Wands, please. Queen of Wands. You weren't able to make a decision because you were too busy worried about what other people might think or how other people may suffer. Seven of Cups in reverse. Now you have that clarity, though. Six of Pentacles is because you were giving to people who were not accurately or adequately giving to you. No, someone wasn't refilling your cup. And I'm not saying if I give you $100, give me $100 back, although that is the rule of thumb. However, it's like if I'm paying for everything, at least keep the house clean. At least be emotionally open to me. At least show a certain level of closeness. But this person it almost feels as though they expected you to do it. So just do it. I heard this from my aunt the other day. Why would I pet a fish for swimming? Why would I acknowledge something or congratulate someone or what's the word I'm looking for? Celebrate someone for something that they should be doing. This person feels very much so entitled to all of the effort that you put. Somebody might even be trying to sabotage you in some way, shape, or form, or they could have, and you're realizing that. The Star, yeah. Healing. You're healing that part of you. There's a part of you that possibly could have overextended because you didn't think that you can get something better. You didn't think that you could receive all that you have to give. I think people overestimate how much sacrifice some people expect out of you. Underestimate the sacrifices that some situations, relationships, work situations may actually require of you. Ace of Cups, the Magician, yeah. The Magician is taking action on the things that you care about, maybe even towards yourself when it comes to self-love. Somebody's stepping into their creativity. It's really time for you to start nurturing the things that make life great for you. Justice in reverse, because at first it wasn't balanced. Five of Cups, you were the one that was disappointed. I'm also getting the energy of if you're a mom that's always transporting the kids and things of that nature, they could be very ungrateful. Somebody's ungrateful in your energy. So you overextending, overgiving isn't going to make them turn around and be like, oh my gosh, you do so much for me. No, they're going to still expect it. And even worse, they're going to expect you to always do for them, always care for them, even when they disrespect you, even when they neglect you, even when they act like they didn't hear what you asked them to do. Clarify Judgment in reverse. Two of Cups, yes. And you were misjudging this situation, this connection. It almost feels as though you were like, if I keep giving, then eventually they will turn around and give it back. No, strength. And so you learn how to do things on your own. At one point in time, you looked around and was like, you know what? I'm handling shit by myself. Seven of Swords. You realize that this person was taking advantage of you and you were betraying yourself by allowing it to happen. The Devil, toxic, negativity, death in reverse. Yeah. Yeah, you were toxically connected to someone. And it was, again, with the codependency, the devil. You were also codependent on this person, is what it's feeling like. A dagger. A dagger could be, what the hell is that? What's the dagger? The dagger. Wow. Nine of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Someone was very guarded with whatever you were saying, with whatever help that you were saying, that you were communicating that you needed in order to keep going. Nine of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, and that was a dagger to the heart in one way, shape, or form. Somebody dismissed the assistance that you needed. And so now you've turned your back on them. I'm hearing Timon, when the world turned its back on you, you turn your back on the world. Yeah, wow. Okay. Okay. Ace of Wands, please. Five of Cups. Now that you realize that you are disappointed in this situation, what exactly are you going to do about it? You going to stay there and continue to be disappointed? Or you going to make some change? Some type of change has to occur. You're going to have to abandon you overextending, abandon the situation in its entirety, abandon a mindset, abandon what you thought was going to happen, abandon a result, a desired result. Ten of Wands to the Ace of Swords. Now you have clarity on where all of this baggage was coming from. That's that knee pain I was talking about. Confirmation on my phone. Mm. I heard sucks to suck. So when you asked for help, when you were reaching out and asking for help, this person was like, damn, that's crazy. It's not like they're not gonna do anything about it. They didn't plan on doing anything about it. Page of Pentacles. And now you may be receiving an opportunity or a figurative or a literal out. So if this is like a leasing agreement, now you have an out. You have a reason to be out. There's a new opportunity here. Clarify this Page of Pentacles. This could also be the realization that they're never going to step up. The Eight of Wands and the Chariot, the out. Now it's time for you to move. Now that you have realized, now that you know what you know, it's time to move. That's the download that you've been receiving. That's the realization. Nine of Swords, because they're going to keep you in this energy. You're either going to be stressed, worried, depressed, or always under a certain level of scrutiny. And you're always going to be anxious. Something about subscribing to something. You could have subscribed to the idea that you have to sacrifice a sufficient amount in order to be happy, and that's not the case. Something about Tracy Ellis Ross could be significant. Specifically, how she is happy and successful without a spouse or kids. One more for this Page of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is Tracy Ellis Ross. Good on her own, money good, able to invest and properly pour into whatever it is that she creates, whether it is whether it is acting, hair products, or whatever else she wants to dive into, fashion, all of the things that make her who she is and that make her happy. That's what she's able to indulge in. Six of Pentacles, because things like that are always going to garner you the energy that you put into it. It's always going to reciprocate that. So she puts her energy into the things that she loves, and she loves it so much that she's going to do it all the time. She's going to do it more often. And money and abundance and happiness are symptoms of that. Not doing things simply because this person will eventually love me. This person will eventually tap in. This person will eventually assist me with this. No, the High Priestess. And this is something that you know. If you don't know, now you know. Ace of Pentacles, the new opportunity, the new beginning. Queen of Wands, that's you, Saggy. Somebody wants to start a business. You're very much so beautiful. And I don't know if you've been feeling like that, Sagittarius. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Okay. You haven't been seeing yourself adequately, though. You could have been overworking so much, stress. You can show stress on your face. Something about age spots could be significant. And then we have I was going to say the Empress. Intuition right there, symbolized by the cat. Somebody could want a cat, and whoever you were with didn't want an animal at all. Sacrifice. Find somebody who likes animals. At the very least, will deal with them and won't abuse them while you're gone, Yeah. Clarify this Ten of Swords. The Tower. This is going to be a shock to both you and them. And this is the thing. Whoever you were giving to, they knew what it was that you wanted, and they could have given you a certain amount of what it was that you wanted to keep you going. Does that make sense? So if you wanted more affection, they give you more affection for maybe about a week, then they resort to their old ways. I'm hearing, why does dog chase the cat? Somebody, this was a runner chaser dynamic. Page of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. There's a new action that needs to take place when it comes to you building upon your abundance or exploring your abundance. This could also be, like I said, a new action or lack thereof. You need to input less into others, what others want you to do, and do more of what you want to do. I feel like I've been repeating that this whole time, but somebody needs to hear that. Eight of Pentacles. It's time for you to focus on the things that you want to focus on. Eight of Cups, and leave this mindset that you've been under, that you have to work for love, that you have to work for acceptance. Anybody that comes into your life is supposed to add to you, not take away, not change you, or none of that. Change, yes, and when we're speaking about bettering, change, yes. But when it comes to changing, like dwindling you, making you smaller, no, no, no. Three of Wands, expansion. It's time for you to expand. Three of Swords, because you know what it's like to be here already. You could do with this or you could do with that. Okay? And this person may attack you, accuse you of being selfish. I just heard misandry. Someone could accuse you of being a misandrist. Wow. Wow. Misandry is interesting. Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Pentacles. The time for you working and collaborating with this person has come to an end, and it was destiny. It was meant to happen. Either they were going to leave you or you were going to have to boss up and leave them. Anything else as we close out? Yeah, somebody been holding something together by themselves. The Lovers in a romantic situation. And now it's time for you to make a choice. Are you going to choose them or yourself? Queen of Swords. And now it feels as though you need to move out of a place, not from this place of the Queen of Cups. We love her. She's awesome. She's creative. She's intuitive. We love her. But sometimes we got to put that heart in a cage and move from a place of somebody's been really hesitant to move. I heard rigor mortis. This situation was definitely going to eventually change you. It's already draining you. And they were going to keep using you until you had nothing more to give. And then they were going to leave you and blame you for the result of you overgiving for so long. But it's time for you to move out of a place of logic. It feels as though you need to move out of a place of survival, mental, emotional, and or physical. Rational. It's time for you to be more rational. Is this stable? Is it stable if you don't do anything? A lot of times relationships, they say 50-50, but some days it's 30-70. Some days it's 80-20. Do you have anybody in your life that can pick up the slack when you're down? Do you have anybody in your life that can keep the house clean when you're sick? If it's no, and it's definitely no to the person that you're dealing with, it's time to make a change. Queen of Swords comes back out and the Page of Cups. Slowly but surely. This is a new idea of yours, Page of Swords. And you've been studying yourself. It feels as though you could have been comparing your old photos with your new photos. You could have been keeping track of your weight, gain or loss. And that's where it was like, the spark is gone. My spark is gone. And now your manifestations are waiting for you to take a hold of them. Hold on to my hand. Guidance closing out for Sagittarius, please. Don't you worry about a man in my eye. No. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm sorry, y'all. That song is definitely altered in my mind. My dad used to produce, and the way he chopped it up, don't you worry about a man, is what I always heard as a kid. Something about someone perceiving something inaccurately. I said that though, with the judgment in reverse. I am not this hair, I am not this skin, I am the soul that lives within. Beneath the surface, looks can be deceiving. When I say y'all love a shit, come out like that. Bueno más. Reason is powerless in the face of love. Romance, communication, listen to your heart. Virgo got this same one. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. Virgo got that same card. And then we got let the waters settle and the stars will be mirrored in you. Take time, take a break. Time away brings clarity. So you could need to take a break before you decide ultimately what to do. But this is what it's feeling like for you, Sagittarius. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope that helped at the very least. If you have any questions for me, check the description box down below. And as always, stay fly and high.